and welcome to The Social Connection. We are back again with the latest from the virtual world. I'm Munna Bhattacharya and with me is my colleague Shreya Upadhyay.
The week started with Oscar's 2014 Best Ever Selfie, which broke down Twitter. Later we saw politics being the hot topic among Facebookers and Tweeples. And in our special story this week, we celebrate Women's Day and ask how safe they feel in the social media space.
Also in our Let's Get Social section, we show a delicious way to tag bookmarks. But first up, the trends this week.
Election Commission to monitor expenditure on social media campaigns for the first time.
Russia bans some social media sites from various places.
Facebook plans to supply internet to underdeveloped countries through drones.
And researchers use tweets to predict HIV and drug use cases.
The world's biggest democratic exercise was recently set into motion after the Election Commission announced the dates for the 2014 Lok Sabha elections. The CEC enforcing the Model Code of Conduct last week and the announcement of monitoring the expenditure on social media campaigns, Lok Sabha polls was the hot trending topic.
To be held in a marathon of 9 phases starting the 7th of April, the Lok Sabha polls will witness the powerful political satraps battling it out to form the government, with the novice AAP making its foray in the general elections. The much-awaited announcement set Twitter abuzz, with Somnath Paul welcoming the biggest democratic show on earth, the general elections. Abo Bhuiyan shot back at former Delhi CM, tweeting that Arvind Kejriwal should have first run the Delhi government, then gone for Lok Sabha elections. For the first time, the Election Commission will monitor expenditure on social media campaigns by political parties in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. It would keep a close vigil on social media like Wikipedia, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. A nationwide drive has been undertaken by the EC to prevent electoral malpractices and educate the media in particular and help its directives percolate to the grassroots level to ensure free and fair polls. With the Model Code of Conduct coming into force, the EC also asked the political leaders to abstain from making comments which would hurt sentiments and has ensured scrutiny of polling booths across the country. The Commission will also be keeping copies of all the electoral rolls in the country in the 9.33 lakh polling stations for the convenience of voters. This will enable voters to cast their ballot from any part of the poll-bound states.
Pictures and updates of the anti-government protests in Ukraine flooded social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. The conflict has led Russia to ban certain social media sites at various places. Here's a report on that.
As Russia's military tightened its grip around Ukraine, the country took new measures to fight against the opposition and its ability to organize protests online. It recently ordered blocking access to pages of 13 Ukrainian nationalist organizations on the most popular social network in the region. The block came over the weekend. The pages, it was announced, contained direct appeals to carry out terrorist activities. Federal Media Oversight Agency that was ordered to block the websites by the Russian Prosecutor's General Office issued a statement. The 3-month-long violence in Ukraine has claimed more than a dozen lives till now. With the anti-government protests heating up again and no clear end in sight, many organizations and individuals complied the Twitter and Instagram accounts to keep up with and follow the latest news. An instant message and a pair of pictures on social media depict a microcosm, the situation unfolding in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. Tweets have served as a tool of spreading news about the situation in the country. Tweeples took to the microblogging website to react to constant news coming in from Ukraine. In another case, the tweet of a young Ukrainian volunteer medic went viral online and was widely shared. It depicted what the common man is going through in the strife-torn nation. The picture showed the volunteer who had apparently travelled to Ukraine in the last few days. One of the pictures that she tweeted after being shot in the neck states simply, "I am dying." Videos by the DD News Bureau on the Ukraine crisis, the continuous updates, saw hundreds of people watching.
Social media giant Facebook is reportedly in talks to take over an American-based aerospace company. Media reports say that the social networking site could soon bring wireless internet access to all the currently unconnected people across the world. If it's acquired, let's see how.
A website, TechCrunch, was the first to report that Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook is interested in acquiring Titan Aerospace, a deal which is believed to be worth around $60 million USD. According to the tech blog, it said high-flying drones would give Facebook, the world's #1 social networking site, the ability to beam wireless internet access to consumers in underdeveloped parts of the world. According to TechCrunch, Facebook is interested in having Titan build 11,000 of its Solara 60 model drones for its Internet ORG project. Titan Aerospace is responsible for making near-orbital solar-powered drones, and the media report says Facebook could be spending millions of dollars to acquire the company and get around 11,000 of those small UAVs in return. Facebook is not the only internet company working on bringing wireless internet access to developing countries. Last year, Google Inc. announced Project Loon, which aims to use solar-powered air balloons to beam internet to remote regions. Providing wireless access could help Facebook ensure that its online social network is among the basic services used by people in developing economies as they start to use internet-connected mobile phones in coming years.
Who would have predicted that one day we will be able to track HIV cases and drug use behaviors by monitoring tweets? Watch how.
Researchers from University of California, Los Angeles collected more than 550 million tweets from May 12, 2012 to December 2012. They then created an algorithm to find words and phrases in them suggesting drug use or potentially risky behaviors. After mapping their origin, they ran them through statistical models. This data was then compared if those were the same places where HIV cases have been reported earlier. The algorithm showed more than 8,500 tweets indicating sexually risky behavior and more than 1,000 suggesting stimulant drug use. Finally, when the researchers linked the tweets to the data related to the HIV cases, they found a significant relationship. The countries which reported the highest number of HIV cases and the people whose tweets indicated risky behavior share semantic relationship. Based on this study, the researchers concluded that it is possible to collect big data on real-time social media. Tweets about sexual and drug use behaviors can be collected and mapped for their origin. This data can then be used to predict where HIV and drug use cases mostly occur.
Now it's time for us to take a break. Do stay with us, because on the other side we show you how a selfie can break down leading microblogging sites and how giving a minute-to-minute update on Facebook can cost you thousands of dollars.